Let's see who comes on, if anybody does. Hello, 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 hello. It's been a while since I've been on here. Let's discuss. Let's have a discussion session. I'm late. I'm late. I'm late to the game. Maybe I should put on these glasses for this discussion. That's better. I'm going to change. I'm late to the game. So, unless you're living under a rock and you don't know what the title of this video means, what just went down? Like yesterday, it was all a flurry with thinking, rumor has it, woo, that Donald Wells got arrested. And then we're all like, oh my God, finally, thank God, baby Jesus. And then, all the YouTubers got on the YouTube circuit for the Donald Wells arrest tour. And was he arrested? Hey, Tracy, was he arrested? Is he arrested? Everybody's looking up, jail things, mugshot things, sharing, Donald Wells information. Like, was he arrested? Was he arrested? Today, now that I've just found out, because I'm like, let's see what's going on with this Donald Wells arrest theory. Hi, Malia. And now there's been a phone call that was released last night on another creator's channel, and it was released by Donald's stepsister. So now everybody's talking about this. And I'm like smoke's coming out of my ears. Like, what's happening? So I wanted to talk about it if you guys know what I'm talking about. Because everybody's doing live discussions talking about it. Was it real? Is it a hoax? Was Candus, and Don doing this on purpose? Yada, yada, yada. It's just like, so anyway, once again, totally taking the focus off of their child, of what's really happening. So what are your thoughts? I, for one, didn't know about this phone call release last night because I have a life and I was in bed. And then later this afternoon, I was discovering all this for the first time. So I'm late to the game as normal, as usual. So I want to know, what are your thoughts? I have some thoughts of my own. I had a poll up on my community tab about Donald and Candus, and I took it down because I was getting really strange comments. And I'm all about the conspiracy theories. I'm all about, certain things, but sometimes people will take things a little too far and go down the rabbit hole of insanity. So I took it down. Yeah, you found out this morning. I just found out like literally 30 minutes ago. And I was trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Like, what now? Like, what is it now? What the hell is happening? Like, what is going on? Man, it does have a sickness. There's some weird underlying sickness, Tracy. You have nailed it. It's a sickness of some kind. Now, two possible explanations. The phone call was real or the phone call was staged. I'm not an expert on voice analysis, but in the phone call, Candus does sound very distraught, genuinely distraught. It's hard to listen to. And then at some point, you hear a male's voice, who everybody's claiming is Donald. So And then I'm thinking, and I love I love when people say, "Well, LE confirmed it." I'm like, "Oh, how do you know this?" "Well, LE confirmed it." But how do you know LE confirmed it? You know? And LE's not gonna just confirm it to any, Bob, Dick, or Harry that calls in. So how do we know that this actually did not occur and the public has not been informed? The public would not have been informed if Donald Wells's stepsister didn't tell someone who thus then put it out there, and then subsequently the stepsister put it out there. So I don't know. You think he's on the run? So I just want to talk this through because it's just gone beyond Thunderdome. It's bizarro world at this point. It's just completely off the rails. I don't understand it. How the focus off this little baby 5-year-old girl, there's no focus on her whatsoever. It's a huge drama shit show. It's a YouTuber's wet dream at this point. Um, the YouTubers that uh, are just, and I just don't know what to make of it. So it's crazy to me. Yeah, yeah, their reality is no one else's reality. And you know what? This is because I look at things. I try to look at things logically first, even though I'm like woo half the time. But my thought process is why there's a few things going on here. Why I heard about the human trafficking thing, yeah. Why would a person record a phone call or record a conversation knowingly in the back of their mind that most likely they're recording things to give either to law enforcement or to TBI or to also give it to a YouTube creator, okay? This stepsister knowingly recorded it because in the back of her mind, she has been on this other YouTube channel. I'm not going to name names, but you all know who it is. She's been on a guest on their show many times about Summer Wells, right? She's giving them content, okay? What is her intention in giving them content? Is she for the family? Is she against the family? Because Candus is calling this woman thinking that she has a shoulder to cry on or to talk to. And I'm not saying Candus is innocent, but just hear me out. What are the motives behind doing this? Like, you know, I couldn't imagine calling somebody and I'm distraught and they're recording my phone call to then release it to the public and have thousands and thousands and thousands of people listen to it. It's being shared all over the place. And then people are like telling me that it's fake and all this crazy stuff. I'm like, you can't trust anybody. And so I just don't believe, this is my opinion, I don't believe that this was staged. I don't believe that it was fake. I think that the police or TBI or law enforcement is not going to tell Donald Wells' stepsister whether or not Donald Wells was taken into custody. I don't think they're going to tell anybody that. Now, there's also confusion about was he arrested or did the Mexican cartel come and pick him up? Because now people are claiming that he's mixed in with the Mexican cartel. And because of this whole $50,000 screenshot money that he owed, that he was talking to some woman about on Facebook. I mean, this whole thing's just kooky, kooky, cookie crazy. So I just don't think at midnight Candace and Don would be sitting around smoking a doobie, drinking, thinking, hey, let's call up my stepsister and fake a big scam that I've been taken away. I really don't see them doing that. We're going into the what? The one, two, third month of their daughter being missing. Why would somebody decide to do that? And then I question the stepsister's motives. Mary, how come she had record ready when Candace called? And how many phone calls has she been recording? You know, it's like a freaking Lifetime movie having a Diet Coke. I think Diet Coke changed their logo's up top now. It used to be like on the sides, or am I imagining things? I swear it was not around the top. It was like down the side, whatever. Yeah, everybody's out for their own game. Yeah, the cartel's not going to just grab you and throw you in the back of the van. Hi, Julia. Julia. Anyway, so it's stuck to this can. Everybody's out for their own game. The YouTubers who now claim that they were used and manipulated and bamboozled by Donald Wells. Give me a freaking break. Okay? Come on. You contacted this man. You contacted this man. This man did not reach out to you. He has a criminal mind. You all act like he's Saint Donald, and then, the minute we're blocked from access, we've changed our minds about Donald. I'm like, come on. I have witnessed in the last 2 months YouTube channels who have doubled, tripled their subscriber count from interviewing or having access to Donald, calling Donald incessantly to the point where I'd be blocking your number too. And then, we've turned our backs and changed our minds. It's like, really? Meanwhile, up top, you see all the super chats coming in where you're making $150 in 10 minutes because you've changed your mind suddenly. Give me a freaking break, okay? Why you supported this man in the first place makes no damn sense to me, especially when he has a history, confirmed history of SA. I can't say the word because apparently YouTube will lose their shit. I'll say shit though. Um, are you serious? Hold on a second. He's gonna trim some trees. All right, I'm back. Anyway, a shirtless man just came to the door. It is like a TV show. Everyone does have an agenda. I think it's illegal too to get involved in an open case. Anyway, all these YouTubers are going to be brought into court. So there might be some noise because they're going to trim trees. Of course, when I go live, they're going to trim some trees. Anyway, um, yeah. So these YouTubers who have access to Donald Wells, who've had access to Candus, who have access to his stepsister, who have access to his nieces and all this stuff, these people, it kind of reminds me of who was the other one that was making the rounds on YouTube? It wasn't Chris Watts, obviously. Who was the other one that was making the rounds on YouTube all the time? I am thinking of somebody who was making the rounds on YouTube. Anyway, so these YouTube channels are not guilty. I like a discussion, I like a discussion. I don't like rumors. I don't like, oh, Ellie confirmed it. How do you know Ellie confirmed it? Where, what? Nobody knows if Ellie confirmed anything, okay? Number one. Number two, who's to say, and I've seen people comment on this as well, it's my opinion. Who's to say that this stepsister didn't have a motive herself? Okay. Who's to say she's automatically recording the phone call? Who's to say? What was her? I always ask when someone does something, what is their intention of doing it? What is their purpose? What is it serving? What was the purpose of her recording this phone call? Right? And so, and then she releases it. And then now people are all about, oh, it's a hoax, or it wasn't real, or it was fake. I don't think the phone call was staged. I don't think it was fake because, and if it was, if it was fake, that is sick, sick, sick. Okay, these people, wow. I don't feel that it was fake, but why is the stepsister on a YouTube creator's channel in the first place? Okay, how's that helping anything? Why is Candus being interviewed by another YouTuber and then that YouTuber turns on Candus or whatever? And then the funny part of it is, people get so upset that they hear Candus in the background one night when another YouTube channel called Dawn incessantly girlfriend, like an obsessive girlfriend, okay, with her partner next to her, letting her do it, looking crazy, and calling him incessantly. Oh, yeah, I'm live. He doesn't know you're live. Oh, by the way, I'm live. Like, oh, it should be cool with you to know that I'm live. Don't get mad, you know? And then you hear Candace in the background cussing her out. No shit, I'd be cussing her out too. And then they get mad. And how quickly they turn, okay? How quickly these YouTube creators turn on families. And whether you believe that they have something to do with it or whether you believe that they don't, how quickly these YouTube creators will turn on these families. They'll try to saddle up to them and be friends, you know. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Are you okay? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. And then a week later, I have issues with you now. I mean, come on. Don't you guys see what's going on? Am I the only one that sees this? I cannot tell you the exploitation that these channels do to these people who are willingly participating in it. And then they turn around and say dumb shit like "Ah, card flippers and card readers and psychics exploit the family for their monetary gain. Bullshit. When I'm watching a YouTuber in 2 hours make about $6 to $1,000 in super chat, is any of that money going to the victim or to the victim's families? No, it's not. Don't you realize how these YouTube channels are exploiting this case? It's not Don and Candus, it's the freaking YouTubers that have exploited this case. You can get mad at me for saying that, whoever's watching, but if you don't agree with me, that's fine. This is my opinion because it makes me sick. It makes me sick because it's, and it's just not women. My audience, if I go into my analytics, is 100% female. I know who my audience is. The people that are exploiting this case are both men and women, and it's just not females. There's a lot of men who are constantly keyboard warriors all day long, going into chats, having their own chats, going into this chat, talking about it every single day, every freaking single day. And it's like, it's just like the Chris Watts case. It's total exploitation. And if you don't realize that, I mean, there's nothing, nobody should be saying to a YouTube creator, oh, we got your back, girl. What? Because you're part of the problem if you look to a YouTube creator who's exploiting this case and saying, oh, we got your back, girl. I mean, come on. That's what makes me sick about the true crime community sometimes, is because of that. It just makes me sick. And then it becomes about the creator. It's all about me now. It's the show. Don't you know? I got blocked or they don't talk to me anymore and all this dumb stuff. And the whole time I knew there were red flags. You knew there were red flags the minute you started talking to Donald Wells. Really? Really? Oh my God. If you guys don't see what they're doing, why? Okay. Why? Okay. And I just really think that there's something wrong, yes, with this family. I also think that Donald Wells should not be doing the YouTube circuit and talking to every YouTuber that approaches him. I don't think Donald Wells had to reach out to anybody for publicity. They all reached out to Donald Wells, who was eager. He was the eager beaver who likes attention because he's a narcissist and wanted to get on the bandwagon. Okay. Uh, Enough to the point where he was accessible. He's no longer accessible now, and everybody wants to know why. And the rumors and unsam un the 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 rumors and the way that things are being curtailed. There's a narrative that's shifting every day, that's being led by the audience, but it's also because the audience is watching the YouTuber. What are their thoughts? Because whatever the YouTuber's thoughts are, those are my thoughts because they're followers. I'm going to follow this YouTuber because that's the right thing to do or that's the right thing to think. People can't think for themselves. The minute they think for themselves on anything, their messages are deleted and chat, they're blocked and all this dumb stuff. nobody can think independently or freely about this case. This case, as it has totally gone from the welfare of a small 5-year-old 50-pound girl who's been missing for almost 3 months to this whole Jerry Springer shit show. And the YouTubers who are just, they're running the narrative and writing the narrative every single day. And people are eating it up. You can get caught up into it for hours and hours, and it's not healthy. And so it occurred to me last night when I was up, I was up to like 11, I guess, 11:30, and um, the one channel I was watching suddenly changed their tone, suddenly changed how they felt, had an epiphany. Oh, the red flags I knew from the very start. Um, and everybody was like, oh, thank God you came around, and oh, we've known, and oh, thank God, and don't feel bad, and da 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 da. And I'm like, what? And all this stuff's just coming out where they pretended, I guess, to be supportive and to act as if they were the PR spokesperson of Donald Wells. And now they can't stand Donald because Donald blocked them. They have no access to Donald Wells anymore. That's one example. And I just thought to myself, well, let's see. A month ago, you had about 3,000 subscribers. A month later, let's see, you have about 10,000. Probably within the last month, you've made more money on YouTube than you have in the last 3, 4, 5, 10 years you've had a YouTube channel, and gained, subscribers and followers and admirers and all this stuff. So you hit goal, and so there's no need for you anymore to pretend to be an advocate for Donald Wells. It makes me sick. Don't believe that someone is supporting someone on YouTube because they're not. They're not supporting them. There's always something in it for somebody, whether it's money, whether it's fame, whether it's subscribers, whether it's, you know, join this, join that. No YouTuber is, well, there's one in particular, but I talk about this YouTuber all the time. They're going to think I'm obsessed with them. Anyway, um, there are some good YouTubers out there, okay? But there's some real scummy, tacky YouTubers out there. And I just think that this is a prime example of what happens. And it happened because Donald Wells and Candus never, ever should have said yes to any YouTuber wanting to talk to them, wanting to interview them. They helped create this whole thing, and they've been exploited because they exploited themselves, and it's gross to me. And so this whole Candace phone call thing, I don't think that was staged. I think that was real, and I think now it's going to go either two ways. The stepsister is going to be looked at as a hoax herself or starting trouble, or now Candace is going to be looked at as insanity, or starting drama or faking this, and Donald's going to be looked at as one who is in charge of this whole operation, and I just don't think that's true. I think the stepsister was drooling when that phone rang and hit record and was wondering what was so important at midnight from Candus and couldn't wait and feigned compassion to thus then send her 16-minute recording off to a well-known YouTuber so all of us could drool with her. And that's all I got to say. And I said it for 30 minutes. Peace out. Because that's just disgusting to me. That's disgusting to me. Um it's just really, really, really gross to me. Um if you get a if your family and you get a phone call at midnight in the middle of the night, you're not going to record the phone call so you can take it to the police the next day. And thus, then you can also send it to a YouTuber to exploit it and sound it off to the entire world. Okay, that's not family. And if I were Candace, I wouldn't be talking to anybody. I wouldn't be calling anybody. I would be using a third party to contact somebody because there is no way in hell. I don't think Candace faked this. Uh, and if that's the case, that she's that good of an actress, Meryl Streep would be proud because the angst in her voice and the depth of her cry and her sobbing was not fake to me. Okay, but I could be wrong, but that's just my thought. And how funny it is how quick people are to say or claim, oh, it's fake, it's a hoax. How do you know this? Oh, because LE confirmed it. How do you know LE confirmed it? Ask some questions. Ask somebody a question. How do you know LE confirmed it? Well, so and so told me. Well, who are they? Well, they're an admin in a group. Well, okay. The admin in the group is actually a dental assistant at her job sitting at her desk right now. Is she on the hotline with Ellie and TBI all day long? I don't think so. Like, hello, ask questions. People hate that shit. And then, because people want to follow and believe the narrative. They want to trust and believe, oh, well, everybody else thinks this, so I'm going to think that too. No, you know, if Candace, let's say, because a lot of people don't think Candace is innocent, let's say Candace is guilty. Let's say Candace has, some issues. Let's say Candace has alcohol issues, drug issues, maybe. Maybe perhaps we don't think Candace is that great of a mom. Okay. What if Candace had nothing to do with her daughter's disappearance? Her kids are all taken from her, her daughter's gone, and now, if this is true, her husband's gone. Okay. Candace has no way to make money. She doesn't work. Now her whole family's taken from her. She calls up Donald's stepsister for comfort and she's freaked out and she's being recorded. Wouldn't you feel like you had nobody in the world to talk to? And I'm not defending Candace, but really? Like, who does that shit? You know, who does that to people? And I really think Mary, the stepsister, is a real jerk for doing that. What did it prove, Mary? What does that prove? What did it prove? It made things worse because now people are hearing and knowing that this was, or thinking that this was a hoax. You just made Candace look nuttier than Don was yesterday. It flip flops. One day Donald's the nutcase. Now Candace is the nutcase. It just flip flops all the time. That's all that it does. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up. Hi, Liz. Liz, Liz, Liz. Um, yeah, I don't think that, well, I know the YouTube channel you're talking about. So I wonder if that's true because did they come out and say this after the phone call was released or before the phone call was released? That's what I'm wondering. Because now they're claiming that Donald wanted to put them up to doing something too. Yeah, I think she sounded genuinely upset. Yeah, US Marshals don't coordinate with local law enforcement. Yeah, it's like a isn't that like a total separate entity? But the thing that cracks me up is when people say, "Oh, Ellie confirmed it." Somebody sent me a screenshot today. Ellie confirmed it. Uh, that doesn't have Ellie on it. It has some girl's name from some chat group. Who the hell's this? That's not law enforcement. It's like, God, people will just believe and eat up anything that they read, you know? And I really think a lot of these YouTube channels really do advocate for victims and really do advocate and do a good job with true crime cases. But there's some others that really exploit it. There's and don't ever assume or think that a YouTuber genuinely has your best interests at heart, especially if they're willing to interview you or talk to you or feigning compassion. It's a farce. It's not real. They are the quickest people to turn their backs on you in a heartbeat. Would you do not live up to their expectations of what they want you to do or how they want you to perform for their channel, you know? So there's a lot of rumors that are going on. Just like with the CW case, there's still rumors going on 3 years later that are not actually based on fact. So it's crazy. And it's just this, and then, people are like, okay, reel it back in. This is about a little baby girl. Reel it back in. It's a child that's been missing. It's like reel it back in. Yeah, we don't know what to think now. We don't know what to believe. We don't know what to um you know, I scroll through sometimes and I'm like, God bless. These YouTubers are having 3-hour lives talking about this stuff. They're constantly this rotation, this circuit. You can't talk about anything else, you know. And this whole conspiracy stuff, like the satanic ritual, yeah, I know. It's like, God forbid you take your children to Dollywood. Oh, that's where pedophiles meet. It's the weird shit like that. Dollywood, you know, freaking Disneyland, summer dancing in front of a barrel that said for sale meant something. Just like, come on. I mean, and, and trust me, I can take a little dose of stuff like that, but then it goes a little too far for me. And I'm probably the most airy fairy person you're gonna meet, right? That's just beyond reality. It's just what is going on in your mind, woman, for you to even think stuff like that? What is going on in your mind? That's all I want to know. What is going on in your mind? Because it's not healthy. We need a little spiritual cleansing, We need a little something done because that's just not healthy. It's not healthy. Well, birds of a feather flock together, as they say. And in some instances, I don't think that's true. You know, um, some people's crazy might be attracted to another person's crazy, but that person doesn't even act crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Where is summer, Malia? Absolutely. That's what it all comes down to. Where is summer? Where is summer? That's the whole point. Where is this child? You know, where is she? What happened to her? Is like that's what it all boils down to. And n- nobody on social media is interested in that. They may say that they're interested in that. They're not. They're interested in the drama. They're interested in the gossip. They're interested in the rumors. They're not genuinely interested in that. Um, there's some people I think that actually do wholeheartedly lose sleep over this case, that just genuinely or emotionally invested in this case. And there's a whole ton of people that aren't, you know, or how they call the parents the victim, or how they call YouTube creators the victim. Oh my God. The Candus call was not staged. I do not believe that at all. I don't think she's capable of feigning, of actually faking that. No, I don't think she's capable of faking that. Was it fueled by alcohol? Was it fueled by something else? Probably, but I don't think she was faking that. And who's to say the male voice in that phone call wasn't police or wasn't somebody who was in the house at the moment? And she said, "Can I make a phone call?" And they'd be like, "Well, yeah, and I'm going to stand right here and listen to it." We don't know. And everybody's like, "Oh, it's Donald. It's Donald." How do we know it's Donald? Do you all have x-ray vision? Can you do remote viewing and actually see who was in that? And they're few and far between, but they actually challenge or question what's going on. While the rest of the sheeples are, "Oh my God, oh my God." And there's one or two that are like, "Hold up, what?" You need to be one of those, "Hold up, what?" Because I am. I'm like, "What? No." You know, it's all fine and dandy. Watch who you want to watch, support who you want to support. I don't care. But do you not see how the egotism that's on YouTube, where the creators will intentionally mold the narrative from front to back, from beginning to end? They already know what they're doing, and they already have it in their mind. They already know. They already know. And was I buffering? And and a lot of it's speculation and a lot of it's rumor. But my favorite thing is, oh, so and so, a YouTube creator, so and so said that Donald wasn't arrested. And they'll come on and do a live and say, "I have a real credible source that tells me the no, Donald's not in jail." And so then we're all like, "Oh, okay. How the hell does this person now. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. It just doesn't make any sense. We don't know. We really don't know. We don't know. We really don't know. And so all we do know at this point is that many people wasted many, many minutes and hours yesterday thinking that Donald was arrested. And many, many, many people watched a lot of different channels and videos about on the fact, was he or was he not? And now today, we're all speculating on whether or not Candus, was it really Candus? People don't think it was Candus on the phone call. Was it a hoax? Was it fake? Was it staged? We don't know. And so that's the topic for today. Where is the topic of summer? Where is the topic of summer? I mean, and I love that people still cannot believe that Donald never talks about his daughter. He likes to talk about himself. When someone's on a newscast and is being interviewed, and the first thing they say when the microphone's in their face, like it's a scene out of Gone with the Wind, and he clears, no, watching it going, what? No, he likes to perform. To perform is the norm for Don. Hand him the Oscar, he likes to talk. Most importantly, he likes to talk about himself. If you're not shocked by this by now, I'm sorry, you didn't get the memo. He loves to talk about Don. You know, Don loves Don. So don't be shocked by that no more. He's a performer, all right? I think the man wears